Hey everyone, welcome back to Llamas Creations DIY. My name is Tammy. Today I am participating in Crafted by Corey's mini challenge. This month's theme is summer. I will have her channel link along with the playlist link down in my description box. Please go and check everybody out. Let's start crafting. So for this first project, I'm using one of those wood pieces that you can get 5 or 6 in a package from Dollar Tree or Dollarama, and I painted the entire thing red. Now with my pencil, I am just going to pre-write my letters out, Ladybug crossings, with an arrow, and then I'm going to go over them with my black paint marker. Simple and easy. Next, what I'm going to do is I also painted 3 square dowels. I'm going to line it along the top and the bottom, mark off where I need to cut, and I'm just cutting them with my shears. I do this for the top and for the bottom. Next, what I'm going to do, using some Eileen's tacky glue and some hot glue, I'm going to glue the top and the bottom on. I put the Eileen's tacky glue in one spot and the hot glue in the spots where there's no tacky glue. And I just secure it on the top. I do the same thing for the bottom. Next, what I'm going to do is taking the other square painted dowel, I'm going to line it up onto the side and mark off where I need it. I do that for both sides and I glue them on the exact same way. Now, taking a tumbling tower block, again, I'm going to use some Eileen's tacky glue and some hot glue. And I'm going to line it up in the back, kind of on an angle, so that this little sign has somewhere to stand. Now I'm going to touch up anywhere that needs to be touched up, and I'm going to paint that tumbling tower block black. And this is just Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint in black. I got these cute little tiny ladybugs off of Amazon. I'm going to take a couple of them, take the little sticky thing off the back, and glue them around on this sign, going either which way. Then, taking my black paint marker again, I'm going to do little dash lines so it looks like they're walking and they're leaving a little trail behind. Next craft. So I painted this little terracotta pot red, and I made this little ball out of air dry clay. I'm going to paint the back of this head black and his face red. I also used floor wire and a couple little balls of the same air dry clay and stuck it in his head for its antennas. Next, what I'm going to do is I picked up this puffy paint from Michael's. The white spot where I drew the little heart for his face, I'm going to fill that in with this paint. Now, taking the ears off of this ladybug headband. They easily came off, I just had to rip them off. I'm going to take a little sponge dabber and some black paint, and I'm going to put some dots on the back of these ears, because they only had the dots on the front, and I wanted them on both sides. After that's dry, we're going to glue on with some Eileen's tacky glue and hot glue. We're going to glue on his head, her head. Could be a boy or a girl, right? I know it's a ladybug, but it could be a boy bug. Glue that on top of the terracotta pot, and then we're going to glue her wings on, just using some hot glue. Taking this red and black gingham checked ribbon, I'm going to cut a strip off, cut another little strip off, and then we're going to form the big strip into a bow, and then we're going to use the little strip to hold it all together, and just hot gluing it into place. Trimming off the ends, and we glue that little bow right in the middle of our clay pot ladybug. Then I take one of those cute little tiny ladybugs, glued in the middle of the bow. This little guy is done. Next project. I picked this here up at Dollar Tree, yes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it all apart. I'm going to take off those beads, but save them because we will use them for our later project. Those staples were super hard to get out, but they came out. I tried getting as much of this paper off, and I didn't really want, I was going to use the other side, but because some of it was hanging over the edge and you could see it, I wanted to clean it all up. We're going to cover up that back though. Now, taking some sandpaper, I'm going to sand along the frame just to give my paint something to adhere to because it was pretty shiny. I'm going to paint the frame with my black chalk paint, and I give this 2.5 coats. And then we're going to paint the backing with red chalk paint. This is just acrylic chalk paint, and we're going to give this 2 coats as well. Taking my pencil, I'm going to draw on a ladybug. I don't know why I keep stopping. I think I was watching something. And then I'm going to put in my letters. Ladybug kisses, summer wishes. Using my black paint marker, I'm going to go over all my letters. I also trace around the ladybug and color in wherever is needed black. And then I use the same red puffy paint to color in his wings, the red spots. Simple and easy. Next, what we're going to do is taking this MAC tack paper that I also picked up at Dollar Tree. I'm going to lay the back down onto it, and then I'm going to cut it out with my craft knife. I'm going to peel off the backing, position it the best we can, and smooth it down onto the back of this little sign, covering up all that mess back there. Now, taking the little sign, we're going to put it into the frame. Close all the tabs, and then I add those cute little ladybugs to each of the corners. Next craft. Taking the beads that we took from that sign, I'm going to paint every other one red, and then the ones that we didn't paint red, I'm going to paint those ones black. And I'm using the same red and black throughout this project. Next, what I'm going to do is taking that same ribbon, I'm going to cut a bunch of strips. I think I do 8. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to cut a bunch of those strips down. Then we're going to gather them in our hands, trying to make them as even as possible. Fold it in half. And then taking one of those side pieces that we cut off because it had the wire in it, we're going to wrap it around about 1/2 inch down, tie it into a knot, and trim off any extra. Then we're going to take one of the end of the beads, feed it through that little loop. Should have done this before I tied it, but I got it through. Tie it into a knot as close as we can to the first bead there. And then I hot glue the bead down into place, not only to hold the knot, but to hold the bead there. Taking this little sign that I painted one side black and the front red, I'm going to write on my words, "Don't bug the lady," and then go over them with my paint marker. I also draw in a cute little ladybug on this one as well. Now we're going to take those beads again, take off that little end that it had, and we're going to, there wasn't enough to feed through that little sign, so I'm taking another one of those pieces of the edge of the ribbon. I'm going to hot glue it to the end of that jute rope, and then we're going to feed that through this little sign, tie it in a knot, couple knots as close as we can to that bead, and then I hot glue that bead on top of the knot as well. Oh, and I hot glue the second one as well. Now, next craft. I made this cute little ladybug ball out of some air dry clay, and we're just going to paint him. Painting his body black, and his wings red and black. His little antennas black. Using the puffy paint to outline where his wings are. And when you're done that, this cute little ladybug rock is complete as well. And here is everything together. I love ladybugs. This was a fun one to make. And so reminds you of summer. I would like to thank Corey for hosting this challenge. I always have fun being a part of it. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, like this video. Don't forget that little bell. I'm aiming for 1,000 subscribers and I'm almost there. I hope everybody has a wonderful Friday and we'll see you again next time. Bye!